Astro Podcast is filmed in Studio Cloud 9. Hello, welcome to Astro Podcast Weekly Astrology Report. I am Jody Shirami. Welcome. I release these podcasts every Friday. You can find it on Twitter. And if you're here, you probably find it somewhere on Twitter or Instagram or Spotify or Amazon or Apple or Google Play. So I'm everywhere if you want to listen to me or watch me. I'm also on YouTube. So welcome if you're new here. And to those who are returning, thank you for coming back and being my subscribers and being around all this time. This week was very, very active. A lot of things were revealed. A lot of things were shown that we kind of knew was going on or we didn't know, whatever was going on, whatever, right? We kind of had our feelings or intuitions, and this week a lot of stuff was revealed. And we'll continue on for the next 2 weeks and rest of the next 2 years also, because we're still going to be in these nodal axes. Today, the sun shifts into Taurus season. So welcome to Taurus season. Happy birthday to all the Taurus babies. I know a lot of Taurus people, I would have to say. So happy birthday. We'll see how that goes with Jupiter and Uranus having a meetup here as the sun shifts in today, and they're meeting right now at 21 degrees, and then they're going to be exact tomorrow at 22 degrees and exact second. It's got a perfection. Oh, we're going to really continue to deep dive into this week because it is more explosive than last week, and we thought last week was like, wow, what else can be revealed, right? So many things happening. Volcano, rain, flooding places that don't usually get that much rain, and just everything shifting because the earth and the cosmic realm is shifting as it always does, because it's in a cycle. We're in that midst of change, and that's what Jupiter and Uranus is heralding in, bringing in on Saturday, April 20th, which also happens to be Hitler's birthday. And I said that before because I find it kind of profound that it's his birthday, which is the Ace of Diamond Day in the Destiny cards. And there's a huge eclipse happening where Jupiter and Uranus, spiritual being that Jupiter is coming in to protect us with its spirituality, because Jupiter rules over Pisces, my moon, and Sagittarius, part of my Virgo situation there. The last decan of Leo is Leo Sagittarius people. So there's a lot of Jupiter here going on in my life, and I think it really started to help to explain to me what was going on in my life, and that I needed information. I was always curious. So there's a lot going on this week, and this whole month, this whole year in particular, it's really pinging off of things in my chart that's activating me quite a bit, as you can see. So the other thing that's happening besides Jupiter and Uranus meeting on Saturday, besides that, obviously today we talked about the sun moving into Taurus and Venus having its meetups with today Sleepy Mercury, which means that we're talking in a nicer, beautiful, more way, more consideration of other people, more respect, hopefully. And the day is a great day so far. So I hope these words come out correctly that I'm saying, and that when you hear it today, you'll be like, oh, okay, I get what Jody's saying. So I hope that works for me today. And then on the 23rd, there's going to be a super powerful full moon in Scorpio, the opposite of Taurus, where the sun just entered today to go join Jupiter and Uranus. Wow, right? The full moon at the same time as all these things happening. Only 2 days later this has happened. And the full moon, as you know, the effect lasts for a couple of weeks. I'm sorry if I'm getting loud. I'm just so excited for the changes to come because I've been feeling them for a while, and I'm ready. But I know it's going to take a while, maybe a year, for everything to change the way you would like. The thing about this full moon in Scorpio is that Scorpio is a water sign, and the moon rules over the collective's emotion. Wherever the moon is what everyone's feeling at the time. That's why Cancer can have a great time making money if they're intuitive to their own needs and feelings. It would be that simple for them, right? And there's a lot of rich Cancer people, or Cancer rising, or Cancer moon, or people who are number fours in their cards the day they're born. So there's a lot of powerful energy going on here that's going to change the world in a snap, okay? In a snap. So really start thinking about that. I know you have, but here it is. It's here this week. It's happening because on the 25th, Mercury also stations direct. Now, what does that mean? It means that when it stops and starts to wake up and move back, it's much more powerful. Whenever it stops and moves back or forward, the power of Mercury is much, much stronger. And Mercury is sleepy in Aries right now, where Mars rules, and Mars is in Pisces, where Jupiter rules. So you see how all this is starting to connect, and everything's starting to make sense. So that's where we're at. It's starting to make sense this week for us. Things are going to be revealed. Things that we thought we knew might have had an inkling of happening, or it might come out for yourself or somebody else. And it's going to be at 21 degrees, where this conjunction occurs at 21 degrees on Saturday. They're going to be together. They're already together today, and then tomorrow they're going to be at 22 degrees together, and they're going to separate out a little. They won't be exactly the same minutes, but they'll still be traveling together 22 degrees through Taurus until Jupiter pulls away and prepares to enter Gemini at the end of May. But they're going to be in this little parallel, walking next to each other and still communicating for a while. So things will slowly be revealed because Pluto is now in play. And how does Pluto get in play? Well, the full moon in Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto. And Mars, again, is in Pisces, being ruled by Jupiter, who is in the conjunction on Saturday, right? And the full moon on Tuesday is in what sign? Opposite of Taurus, Scorpio. And what else rules Scorpio? Mars, right? And Pluto. And where's Pluto? Pluto is in Aquarius. And Pluto is having a T square with the sun in Taurus and the full moon. And there it is, Pluto at Aquarius up here, pinging out with these people. And now we have they call it a T square because Pluto is squaring the opposition. Although it looks like a triangle, it's really not. Okay, it's just the way it looks, because really the line goes up through like this. It looks like a T when you really look at the whole chart, which I didn't get for you guys this week. I'll try to get it next week because it's still going to be a fact for a couple of weeks. Why is this so crazy of a week? Well, because Pluto in Aquarius is changing Aquarius. It's changing how we deal with each other as a group, as a society. Pluto's changing that. And so the full moon in Scorpio likes to transform things. Scorpio is about transformation. Taurus is about form, the rock. So we take that rock and chip away at it, make it a statue. We have Scorpio's influence on that rock. Okay? Because Scorpio with Pluto can knock the crap out of that rock into a statue. So that is the power we're dealing with here, with Pluto in Aquarius ruling over this full moon. and affecting the sun. The sun is also helping Pluto to change what needs to be changed, because now the sun is with Jupiter and Uranus in that same area of the cosmic world. So now you're starting to see why Uranus and Jupiter conjuncting on Saturday, tomorrow, is such a big deal, because the moon in Scorpio is going to change the collective's mindset. The collective will see some revelations happening that Jupiter and Uranus are putting out. And Jupiter is making sure everyone spiritually can handle or can learn and lean into spirituality to handle what Pluto is unearthing here. It's going to be powerful, powerful, powerful week of emotional changes of the collective to surge and understand their power as a people. And with Jupiter and Uranus and the Sun in Taurus, these changes are on a mundane, practical, everyday person's life. So we're getting changes here at the collective level as a group, and we're going to feel it here individually in our collective, because Venus is a personal planet. And Venus, again, has just visited Neptune, the higher octave of her guru, and now she's here and she's helping. Because also, as I said a minute ago, Venus just met up again with the North Node, and today is meeting up with sleepy Mercury, and in a couple of days during the full moon is going to meet up with Chiron. So there's all kinds of players in action. Where to watch on the stage, what to look at, we don't know. There's so much going on. And the collective is us. Okay? So the full moon in Scorpio is all of us deep diving into what is being hidden from us. What is going on? Where's all of our tax money going? Do we even have control? Do we even have, or is it just a facade that Big Brother has put on? And we're here to change it. Especially with the moon in Scorpio, we're going to have explosive emotional things being revealed. And as the week goes on into Friday next week, I'll be back, because then what happens in Taurus season? Now we're in Taurus season. Now the sun's in Taurus. Now the sun is getting ready to meet up with Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus. And the sun represents individual us, our bodies, who we are innately. So the sun's going to go by Jupiter and Uranus, and innately, we're also going to want to change. Although Taurus is a fixed sign, Taurus is going through changes because Venus is going through changes. Venus also had a Cassini with the sun when it met before. So we're having a lot of changes come at us. And we're going to be given a little bit more time, because although Mercury wakes up on the 25th at 15 degrees, it slams on its brakes, say, okay, it's time to turn around. I forgot something. So now here, we're going to turn around, and that's going to take some time. So we have a little bit of time until Mercury gets back to 27 degrees of Aries in March 18th. That's the first time it was at Aries at 27 degrees, and now it's back at 15 degrees again, where it was at March 18th, right? Does that make sense? I think I said it correctly. And so now, as Mercury starts to wake up, we're here at April 25th, and so it's at 15 degrees where it was on March 18th. So now it's going to start moving forward, but it's going to be taking a little time. It's got the post-retrograde phase, and it takes about 2 weeks. So it doesn't reach back again to its 27 degrees of Aries until May 13th. On May 13th, it'll be back to where it was when it's thought on April 1st. So that's why Mercury going retrograde really kind of screws us up. But it also, once we learn to live with it and understand it's happening, we know that's a good time to revise, re-edit, redo, redecorate, whatever it is. We know we have time off from our brain buzzing constantly, right? We have a little time off. And so now my brain's already starting to buzz because Mercury's huge in my chart. It's already starting to happen. And I'm going to leave you with this last thought, which is all of this is for us personally to learn to love ourselves and to forgive the past. The past is gone. We can't change it. We are looking forward. We only have to look out this way to remind ourselves of where we are exactly so we can get our bearings. But then when we get going, which is going to happen here in middle of May, we're all going to have our blinders on and we're going to be zooming. So get ready for that. Prepare yourself. Exercise if you need extra breath energy. If you need new wardrobe, if you need to do something, change your oil in your car, if you drive your car around a lot, just little things like that. Just start thinking about it because you don't want to be cut off when the surprises come in. You want to be ready and not to be anxious or anything, but just to be ready and just to be prepared and make it a fun thing. Just make it, hey, I'm rejuvenated. Nothing wrong with that, as we are all going to live a lot longer than our parents, as you can see, most of us. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. Peace, and I'll try to put some more stuff out. Check out my Twitter page at Jody Boots or my astrology page, astropod _ cast on Instagram. I write poetry, cosmic poetry. I just started doing that the other day, and it really will give you an understanding of what these planets do in each sign. And also, I wanted to make a quick note is that a lot of times astrologers, they give you the high side of a sign, not the low side, the high side, because there's always two sides to every sign. So a lot of times in my poetry, I will bring out some of the other sides of these planets' effects because there are bad players in the arena. God bless you, and I'll be back next week, okay? Thank you for being here. Bye. Lots of love and kisses. Bye.